I'm Jordan Rayner, and this is the Word Before Work. Today we're reading from 1 Corinthians 12, verses 4 through 6. Here's what Paul says. There are different kinds of gifts, but the same Spirit distributes them. There are different kinds of service, but the same Lord. There are different kinds of working, but in all of them and in everyone, it is the same God at work. Today's short passage offers us two startling truths. First, while it's natural to say that we are drafting an email or delivering a presentation or waiting on tables, it is actually God who is working through us. As Paul says in verse 6, quote, "In all of us, it is the same God at work," end quote. Second, because it is God who works through us, all work has dignity and meaning. This can be easy to forget in our culture, which looks to work as the primary card in our never-ending game of one-upmanship. There's a great comical example of this found in the movie Meet the Parents. Pam is introducing her fiance Greg to her family. First, she introduces Dr. Bob, followed by the world-famous plastic surgeon, Dr. Larry. Someone mentions that Greg is also in medicine. Amused, Dr. Larry asks Greg which field he's in. When Greg replies nursing, the room explodes in laughter. "That's good. No, really, what field?" Dr. Larry insists. "Nursing," Greg replies. Realizing he's serious, the room falls into an awkward silence as the obvious disdain for the lesser profession has been laid bare. Because God works through us, all work, from doctors to nurses to hospital custodians, has dignity and worth. And of course, we don't just see this in 1 Corinthians. As Tim Keller points out, quote, "In Genesis, we see God as a gardener. And in the New Testament, we see him as a carpenter. No task is too small a vessel to hold the immense dignity of work given by God," end quote. Furthermore, in Genesis 2, we see God instructing Adam to do the manual labor of gardening and the knowledge work of naming the animals. Now, I hear what you're thinking. Jordan, I get this. I believe in the dignity of all work. While we might know these truths intellectually, the cultural forces that fight against these truths are incredibly strong, which is why we need these reminders. I use the word "we" very intentionally here because I need to be reminded of these truths myself. I can't tell you how many times my kids have said they wanted to be a garbage woman or a cashier at the grocery store, and I've tried to steer their little imaginations to being astronauts or entrepreneurs. Oh, how our kids can reveal the ugly sin and idols of our own hearts, am I right? My point isn't that we and our kids shouldn't explore the best, most unique opportunities we have to serve God in the world. My point is that deep inside many of our hearts, there's an unspoken stigma against some types of work. But the biblical truths that we've explored today in 1 Corinthians cut right through that stigma. All work has dignity and can be used by God to accomplish his purposes in this world. Today's devotional only scratches the surface of how God's word connects to our work. If you want to go deeper, sign up for my free 20-day devotional called The Word Before Work Foundations at twbwfoundations.com. These email devotionals are designed to help you gain a rich understanding of the biblical narrative of work, how exactly your work matters for eternity, and what those truths mean for how we ought to work today. Sign up right now, again, totally free at twbwfoundations.com.